This year I decided to make the original green bean casserole recipe. It is tried and true and known by families across this great nation. It is made with Campbell's cream of mushroom soup and French's fried onions. And it's easy to make. Let's begin by greasing a baking dish. I used a spray avocado oil. Next, I combined 1 can of cream of mushroom soup with 3/4 cup of milk. I whisked it until it was creamy smooth. You may want to double this recipe for a larger crowd. Next, I added 2 cans of drained and rinsed green beans. Add 1/2 teaspoon of cracked black pepper, 1/2 cup of your French's fried onions. Combine the ingredients until all of the green beans are covered in the creamy soup mix. I noticed there was a lot of creamy soup left over, so I decided to add 1 more can of green beans. This is optional. Where there is more green beans, there is more fried onions. So I added an additional 1/2 cup of the French's fried onions. Gave it all a good stir until all of the beans were covered in the creamy soup mixture. Recipes are a guide. You can add as much or as little of each ingredient as you go. I added a pinch of salt across the casserole. The original recipe calls for a teaspoon of soy sauce. However, it's so high in sodium, I decided to skip this step since the soup is high in sodium. Bake at 350 degrees for 25 minutes until it looks like this. After about 25 minutes, you're going to take the casserole out of the oven and top with additional French fried onions. You can use as much or as little as you like. As you can see, I like to top the entire casserole with the fried onions. Bake the casserole for an additional 5 to 7 minutes until the onions are golden brown. Look at how creamy and bubbly this casserole is. You can find the original recipe on the Campbell's soup can or the French's fried onions container. You'll see that each recipe is just a little different from each other. I like the way this recipe turned out. This recipe, it's creamy and it has the crunchy topping, making it the perfect side for your Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy this recipe.